class started their journey in August 2011 through their intermediate year to May 2012. The focus is the med-surg classes and clinicals. Along the way, many heartfelt moments occur as the students begin to bond. One particular clinical day, Nicole Prskavich needed assistance with her heavy-duty patient. Always willing to help, Torrance Ray and Bob DeLucas offered their assistance. Everything was going well until Bob's stethoscope slowly slid into the patient's bedpan. As always, steadfast Bob said, "It's all right, it's all good. I can buy a new one." As Nicole, Torrance, and other classmates rushed to him with alcohol swabs and then boxes of them to salvage the forever lost stethoscope. Senior year includes critical care, management, PSOB, and the psych community health course. It is with the psych rotation that the students are aware to ask if anyone is sitting in the chair next to the patient for fear they may sit on Hulk Hogan or a big brown bear. It is during this clinical rotation, faculty and I stress that it is very important for each student to utilize their tools that they carry every day in their tool bag as they progress through this course. It becomes crystal clear to the students how full their bags are, as the patients on the units work hard to develop their tools and coping strategies. On the adolescent units, we learn that hurt people hurt people. Bob Waite counseled a 16-year-old lady on the adolescent unit who, upon discharge from the hospital, was going to quit high school. She felt she would do better working and earning an income. Bob said to her that for the here and now, that may happen, but if she would complete her high school diploma in a few years, she could double her income because she is a high school graduate. He even drew a schematic for her. The young lady said no one had ever spelled it out to her in those terms, but she understood that if she has the discipline to finish, she will have the best outcomes, and told Bob she would stay in school. Bingo. I need for you to know that, Bob, you are her messenger. As part of the student nurses SNAP volunteer services, both classes went on weekends to St. Vincent's face-to-face program on Germantown Avenue, Germantown, PA. St. Vincent's face-to-face program meets the needs of the underserved in the intermediate Germantown area. Now, in this story that I'm going to share, no real client names are used. But one particular Saturday, the SNAP president, Tracy Foley, Justin Kellerman, and Dan Weiss were helping to serve the meals. We engaged with many clients, but were caught up with one dad and his little guy. During lunch, Lewis was feeding his 4-month-old son the meal of tacos. We were stunned. This is not in the ATIP's book. But Jessie seemed to be able to handle the little tiny pieces of tacos fairly well. Chris, in her infinite wisdom, said, "Doesn't he need to have something to drink?" "Sure, he can drink this water." Mind you, this was not in a sippy cup. "How about using this little spoon?" "No, he'll be fine with this cup." So Jessie would drink from the same cup that his dad did. No problem. One of the few times we were speechless and in wonderment. But their young father said to us, "You know, if my son is going to make it in this world, I have to teach him daily to be strong." To this day, Jesse is a thriving little boy in our community. Fast forward to another facility where a young man who has completed 3 years of college at a well-known national university was doing well after receiving treatment. He was looking forward to being discharged at 4:30, but Ben and Mike knew that this was not going to happen for him. Going home was not an option his parents had chosen for their son. So sad the entire clinic group felt About Lauren Connell, Morgan DeLellis, Ben Glassberg, Katie Kendall, Tara Lucas, Mike Sabara, and Bridget Tierney did not want to leave at the end of this Friday. Katie's heartfelt plea felt by the entire group was maybe we can talk to his parents. Maybe we can teach them what is going on with their son. Difficult as the situation was, I mentored the students that we were guests in this facility, and we had to leave the discharge planning in the hands of the treatment team. This brings me full circle to share with you that the time is now to take away the stigma, the prejudices, and the misunderstandings of mental illness. Take away the mysteries behind the persons with a mental illness diagnosis. As nurses, we need to teach, and advocate for persons with mental health issues. Do you know that 1 in 100 people have diabetes mellitus? Do you know that 1 in 100 people have schizophrenia? Do you know that 1 in 100 people have bipolar disorder? And do you know that 1 in 110 children are diagnosed on the autistic spectrum disorder? If a person has diabetes, everyone in the family and her friends know. If a person is diagnosed with schizophrenia, it is a family secret. The time is now to teach what it means to be diagnosed with a mental health disorder so that all individuals can have successful outcomes in life. Schizophrenia and bipolar disorders are universal and lifelong illnesses that with treatment have the potential for optimum outcomes. The psychiatric healthcare professionals asked me to raise awareness for the goals of Mental Health Reform 2013. They are 3. More education in the schools focused on bullying and teen depression. Teach adolescents to safely navigate the social internet. And 3, provide funding for more freestanding community mental health clinics. You don't want to give people with mental health illnesses the access to buy firearms to hurt themselves or others. Healthcare is a noble profession. May I take a moment to quote what Bernadine Healy shared in her commencement address at Vassar College in 1994. She was the first woman to serve as director of the National Institutes of Health in 1991. She was the head of the American Red Cross from 1999 to 2001. Dr. Healy was a world-renowned cardiologist and was especially known for launching the $625 million Women's Health Initiative in 2002. And at the age of 67, Dr. Healy passed from brain cancer in 2011. Dr. Healy expressed so well your profound influence as healthcare providers. Her final words to that graduating class were these: as you face this great tomorrow, I must leave you with one final personal thought. As a physician who has been deeply privileged to share the most profound moment of people's lives, including their final moments, let me tell you a secret. People facing death don't think about what degrees they have earned, what positions they have held, or how much wealth they have accumulated. At the end of the day, what really matters is who you loved and who loved you. That circle of love is everything and is a good measure of a past life. It is the gift of greatest work. As nurses, you have the deep privilege of sharing the most profound moments of people's lives. Nursing is the noble profession. In closing, I encourage you to continue to show your compassionate and caring behaviors even in the most difficult or harried times on your shift. Empathy is the human connection to patient care. During your shift, please find 5 minutes for every patient in your care to sit down at the bedside, stay in the moment, and ask your patient, what would you like to talk about? What should I know about what's going on with you in real time? In her paper, Tanya Valinsky states, I will have respect for every patient that I take care of. I will remain non-judgmental, even if the patient made poor choices. I will advocate for him or her. I will treat every patient with dignity. I will always remember that there is hope for the future and better outcomes. Yes, today's market is competitive to obtain a nursing position, but as Will I Am, from Black Eyed Peas, says, when opportunity knocks on your door, open it wide and say, here I am. Each nursing graduate here has all the tools in his or her tool bag for successful outcomes in life. I would like to say it has been a privilege to have been your teacher and mentor. We have shared in our aha moments that became crystal clear to us. Please know that each and every one of you has touched my heart. It's an honor for my colleagues and for myself to welcome you to your new journey as a professional nurse. To be a nurse is the greatest gift you can give to your family, your friends, but above all else, to yourself. Congratulations on this day of achievement.